The diversity of the region in terms of regulation and what can be done in different countries, and keeping up with that, those local regulations, central banks, and all the communications from them is definitely a time-consuming task in the region. And given my short history in Singapore or in APAC in general, I think this has been taking most of my time. Just find my sources, find my understanding and the framework that you have to do business in APAC. Understand the landscape a little bit better and deeper, and especially countries that we're entering at the moment, or we have entered recently. So countries such as Myanmar or Myanmar, just seeing how the political and the regulatory framework and everything will develop. It's obviously a very important year in Myanmar, for example. So some of these kind of pockets of focus in understanding the regulation, and then I think also dealing with the volatility that we have at the moment in the financial markets, and preparing ourselves for that, and doing the best that we can in this environment. I think there's some significant other changes, like in Indonesia, regulation there's actually quite a bit of it's like a wave of regulation coming out recently, and just dealing with that change and preparing for that is been definitely the focus for us. It's a tough year. I think this has been already a kind of theme in the conference this year. So it seems that there's not much more treasury resources in general, or people don't really see that there is addition of resources, but there's a lot more to cope with. I think just generally the Western regulation already having an impact to the global multinationals and already our operations here as well through extraterritoriality, and then of course all the local regulation and coping with that. So you're right. In terms of resources, it's an interesting time. It will be a little bit of a challenge, but I think this is what Treasury is about. So we need to be flexible and do our best. We're part of the same team, all of us in the regions, and we all report to headquarters. China is doing really well in transitioning its economy from this very closed approach to opening it up in steps, and I think they have a very good control in doing that, and I actually have a lot of confidence in their execution. So I'm not too worried about the Chinese policy in general. I think they're doing well, and in terms of the economy, even though it may be slowing down a little bit, I think it's still a convincing story.